You are not broken. You are not missing something. You are not even shy. You just feel most like yourself when the door is closed, the noise is gone, and nobody needs anything from you. And somehow, the world decided that makes you a problem to fix. This video is not for everyone. It is specifically for the person who has ever had to justify why they did not want to go, why they chose the room over the crowd.
If you enjoy content like this, hit subscribe so you don't miss out.
If that is you, stay, because what I am about to tell you will change how you see yourself completely. It is specifically for the person who has ever had to justify why they did not want to go, why they chose the room. There is a design flaw in how modern life was built. Not in the roads, not in the buildings, in the assumption underneath all of it. The assumption is this, that a full life requires a full calendar, that presence means being somewhere, that happiness scales with activity, that if you are not out there, you are falling behind something. This assumption is so embedded that it has its own vocabulary. People call it ambition, social capital, being a go-getter, being present. What they mean underneath all of it is be visible, be in motion, be loud enough that the world can confirm you exist. And if you are someone who does not feel that pull, if you genuinely do not feel the itch to fill every Friday, to document every outing, to expand your social footprint, people do not call you content. They call you closed off, avoidant, someone who needs to come out of their shell. Here is the part nobody says out loud. The shell was never the problem. The assumption was. Let me introduce you to something called sensory processing sensitivity. Not a disorder, not a diagnosis, a trait, a measurable, documented neurological difference in how certain brains take in and process information from the world around them. Here is what it means in plain terms. A sensitive brain doesn't skim, it reads. A busy street isn't just noise, it's 40 separate inputs, each one fully processed. This is not weakness. The brain is doing more work, not less. Capacity doesn't recover in motion. It recovers in stillness. Home isn't where they escape the world. It's where their brain can finally operate at full power. The world called it withdrawal. Neuroscience calls it regulation. Those are not the same thing at all. Because what happens to a child or an adult who is wired this way and never learns the word for it? They do not say, my nervous system processes deeply. They say, something is wrong with me. They watch everyone else seem to love what exhausts them. The parties, the group chats that never stop, the constant availability, the social calendar treated like evidence of a life well lived. And they do not think, I am different. They think, I am defective. So they perform. They go when they do not want to go. They stay longer than feels okay. They smile through the overstimulation and then come home and feel simultaneously drained and ashamed that they are drained. This is not a small thing. Spending years believing your natural state is a character flaw carves something out of a person. It teaches you to distrust your own instincts. It teaches you that your comfort is negotiable, that quiet without productivity is wasted time. And the most insidious part? You can carry all of that and still be high-functioning, still be kind, still be present for everyone else, still look completely fine from the outside, while quietly running on nothing. There is a difference between a nervous system that genuinely thrives in quiet and a person who uses quiet to avoid something unresolved. Both look identical from the outside. Sometimes they feel identical from the inside. When you close the door, are you coming home to yourself, or are you staying away from something that is still waiting for you? Choosing stillness from a place of wholeness feels like landing. Choosing stillness from a place of fear feels like hiding. They have learned to stop outsourcing their aliveness. Most of modern life is structured around external confirmation. You went somewhere, therefore the day mattered. You were seen, therefore you exist. A thought they actually want to finish. A project that belongs only to them. A silence that does not make them anxious. That is not a small thing. That is one of the harder forms of freedom there is. If the world had been built differently, if stillness had been treated as seriously as productivity, if depth had been valued as loudly as reach, would we even be having this conversation? Or would the people who thrive on volume and motion be the ones sitting somewhere wondering why they cannot just be still? And if you know someone who has spent their whole life apologizing for loving the quiet, send this to them. Not with a caption, just send it. They will know why. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.